Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Got my camera working again up there, got my video capture device working there. I know it's been, well actually no, I'm going to be releasing a bunch of videos at once, so this is probably the third or fourth video you're going to see in a row. Good news and bad news. Discovered a few things on the GameCom. So when I went and I discovered the source of the no sound at the speaker, and that's because I had the audio jack wired incorrectly. Actually needed to, the way they had it wired up is a little bit wonky doodle, so I am working on redoing the audio jack. Because how it works is, let me see if I can show you one. Here's one. Here's one with a no back cover. You can actually see it. So this is your audio jack. Do I have a plug? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so you can see how there's contacts that make contact here. So you put a audio plug in here, a 3.5mm audio plug into the jack. It actually breaks open two connections, so when you plug in your headphones, the signal goes through the headphones, out to the headphones back, and not to the speaker. So they had some, I need to figure out how the heck they wired theirs up. They're always usually pretty similar. Their pins are slightly different, so I need to figure out which one went to where, because this kind of actually sits down upside down like that. So either I can, problem is the ones I have on hand, I would have to modify the, should I just use a proper one, better quality one, or should I reuse theirs? Whatever. I actually looked back at my old, because it's been so blanking long, I looked back at my old this is my GameCom 2.0. I'll show you that in a second. Is this guy here? I'll bring him over. You can see I cannibalized controller, and then same amplifier, same speaker. I did add, no, I didn't add a second speaker. This one. Maybe there was one once. You can see I actually rewired the speakers properly here, so I need to figure out what I did here. And this one's even different from this one. Wow, just between these two revisions they changed. That's odd. Yeah, worst comes to worst, I'll figure out electrically how this guy works. Yeah, they got a weird jumper going on here, so I don't know what their deal was there. Oh, they had white. Oh, no wonder it was screwed up. They had white on. Is this a true stereo or not? Oh, it doesn't look like it's a true stereo. Where is it? Let's take a look. I only see one set of wipes in there. Let's see. Oh. This is dual mono. By the look of it. Tip is your left. Ring is your right. Sleeve is ground, but the ground they actually have white wire. Surprising. Well, the polarity doesn't really matter, so I see why it wasn't working. So this is not a true stereo, so that answers that question. I will install, the width is okay, just that back wall is in the way. That's easily fixed. This plastic's so incredibly thin. Very brittle plastic. So bust out this back wall here, see what I can do. Wow, that's thin. flat just fine. Yeah, interesting. So that sits in there, does not interfere with anything. So yeah, I'll just replace it with their standard old audio jack. And like I said, you can actually see you have a signal. You have one of your. This one's easier to visualize because this is your. Yeah, let me pause a second. Get a plug so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So my thinking is, if I'm going to have a jack right here, it might as well be true stereo. So let's see. Get you focused in up here. Standard 3.5mm plug. Alright, so you can see that's your tip, which is your left channel. That's your ring, which is your right channel. And there's your sleeve, which is the ground, which interfaces all. You can't really quite see it quite well there, but it's there. So as you put it in, you can see there's two sets of contacts it breaks open. So there's a contact there that breaks open. That pulls off your left channel. Kind of a neat design, actually. So yeah. So we want, doesn't really matter which way you order going. There's your left, your right, and then there's your sleeve. Yep, tip ring sleeve. TRS. Sometimes you see TRRS, and that's tip ring sleeve, and that's when they put video down there. You'll see that in like old cameras, camcorders, stuff like that. So 3.5mm, same size, same length, except you'll see an extra ring on there. All right. So normally we want there. So the audio has to come in on here, and it has to come in somewhere. I keep bending this pin. Why? Okay. So that comes in, and it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So it has to come in on this guy. Well, it actually opens up one and closes the other. Well, that's cool. So it has to come in on this guy here. That's on your left. Which is probably why when I hooked it up it was really weird. Alright, so that's one thing I'll be fixing on the next video. I don't think I'm going to actually be getting to working on this video. I'm kind of trying to get my workshop cleaned up. Alright, so that's this. That's going to replace this doohickey here. So the next up will be that. This is a very important one I found. So snip the wires for the jack. This is to make sure speaker's still working. Speaker was still working. So what does that mean? What it means is what happened was I noticed when I was firing the controls weren't working at all. So I wasn't getting anything off controls. So what happened was I was controlling the return line on the output of the boost converter. There was enough leakage current coming through it. The little power on LED was, I saw it dimly glowing here. This guy here was glowing a little bit. So when I went to initialize, when the system booted up, the little chip on here wasn't recognizing all the inputs. It was being recognized as a USB device, but something in initialization got screwed up on here. So what I did, what I'm going to do is, well, I went through in a troubleshoot, I put the USB connector back on here, plugged in through a cable, worked just fine. and that's when I noticed that that light coming on. So I have to do, what I have to do is move the on-off switch to the return on the input side. So what that'll do is it won't allow this circuit to energize at all, because there'll be no current flow through the circuit, and there will be no voltage, no leakage voltage here, because there's no input voltage on the other side. So, or input circuit. So that's where I'm at right now. I need to splice some wires in. I need to do, why is that one green? Well, that's a silly choice, but I'm going to go through and clean all these up and get that all working. And of course I got to rewire the audio jack, but for now I'm just going to pull a wire off here. I'll probably replace this with some red and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll get that stuff done off screen. Oh look, my camera went out again. Yippee. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know. I'm back. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get that work done off screen, and when I do the final reassembly, I'll take another video of that. So right now I might take a video when I'm doing this audio jack, but for now I'm going to leave it. When I do the audio jack, I'll do a video for that, and then the final assembly. So this troubleshooting stuff I'm going to do off camera, and then finish off the rest. Thanks for watching. This is like probably the third or fourth of a bunch of videos I'm kicking out in a row, so enjoy.